He's underway. Here's Donald Trump.
April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn and the day that we began to make America wealthy again. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike. American steel workers, auto workers, farmers, and skilled craftsmen. We have a lot of them here with us today. They really suffered gravely. They watched in anguish as foreign leaders have stolen our jobs, foreign cheaters have ransacked our factories, and foreign scavengers have torn apart our once beautiful American dream. So if you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including 67%. I think you can, for the most part, see it. So it's 67%. So we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset? They will be, because we never charged anybody anything, but now we're going to charge.
When Donald Trump first announced he was running for president, my honest reaction was, has this man gone mad? To me, he was a flashy businessman, loud, unpolished, and far removed from what I believed a leader should be. I didn't see a president. I saw a real estate mogul known for blunt talk and reality TV. He didn't sound like a politician, and frankly, that made me uneasy. Back then, I didn't pay much attention to politics. I avoided it, in fact. I believed all politicians were the same, making promises and playing games. But something changed. I started watching debates not from politicians, but from people like Candace Owens. I didn't even seek them out. The videos just popped up, and what I heard surprised me. These weren't empty arguments. They were logical, sharp, and full of conviction. And the values they defended, they sounded familiar. In fact, they aligned perfectly with mine. That's when I realized I may not have been paying attention to politics, but politics had been reflecting my beliefs all along. Then I looked again at Trump, at the actual policies behind the noise. And what I saw was a businessman trying to treat government like a business. Not in the sense of making profits, but in the sense of running it responsibly. Let's be honest, if America is the richest country in the world, then why are we buried in debt? No household could survive with that kind of spending and no plan. A responsible business doesn't just burn through capital and borrow endlessly. It knows its revenue. It manages expenses. It prioritizes. That's common sense. And that's exactly what I started to see in Trump's policies. Take tariffs, for example. People say tariffs hurt the economy, but I ask, whose economy? Because in my world, when you make it too easy for foreign competitors to flood your market, your local businesses can't compete. You're not protecting American jobs. You're selling them off. Trump's approach to tariffs wasn't reckless. It was strategic. It forced foreign governments to rethink their own policies. In fact, countries like Israel and India canceled or reconsidered their tariffs on American products in direct response to his trade strategy. That's not just talk, that's results. That's negotiation. That's putting America first, and it worked. To me, no country should be making money off of another. And no country should be making money from its own people either, at least not more than what it needs to run its business. If a government finds itself making money, lawmakers ought to revisit taxation policies, starting with easing the burden on the lowest wage earners. Raise the tax-free brackets. Let people breathe. That's real leadership. And no country should owe anything to whatever banks are lending out billions with interest. That's not sovereignty. That's servitude. People used to laugh at the idea of a businessman in government. I was one of them. But now I ask the opposite. Why would we keep choosing politicians who've never run anything? Running a government is like running a business. Only the stakes are higher. Lives are at stake. Our future is at stake. And we can't afford to keep thinking like we're playing a game. So now I say this, who needs a politician when all we really needed was just a businessman? And I never thought I'd say that.